Welcome to the brand new Jeep Wrangler. No, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. Well, this right here is the GWM Tank300, and I know, kind of looks like a Wrangler, hey? G-Wagon, Wrangler, you mention it. I mean, the Chinese are coming in heavy, guys. So basically, you might be wondering, what is a tank? So basically, a tank sits under GWM and Haval. So basically, in other countries, tank is its own brand, basically. But in South Africa, it's a sub-brand of Haval, of GWM and Haval. So this is the off-road variant, basically. This is the off-road king, basically. So up front, it's not too, well, it's not rocket science to see that this car takes inspiration from from a few German cars and a few American cars. So up front we have this fully LED headlights with this LED sleds running into it, with of course our fog lights down below. And I must say, I kind of like the look of this of this vehicle in front. It's cute, it's aggressive, but it's cute. You know, it's a bit different. What I don't like is these sleds running over here. I feel like maybe a mesh grill could have done the job or something like that, but nonetheless, it's fine. I like the tank logo, by the way. The tank logo looks amazing, you know. Everywhere you go, people will be asking you, what car is this? What I don't like is the integration of the front camera, right? So it has a front camera in front, but man, it kind of feels like a pimple. You know how, yeah, man, you just want to pop it right there. I don't know, maybe I have OCD, but it is what it is. Up front, you get you get plastic bumpers. They're quite sturdy. They're quite sturdy. And I love the color of this vehicle, you know. So these front these front LED daytime running lights also double up as your turn signal as well. So I absolutely love that about the vehicle. Coming along to, you know, the side, we also the plastic cladding also continues to give it that, you know, that off-road presence and that stance. And it's sitting on some 18-inch alloy rims in some Michelin tires. And you can get them in an optional off-road tire, but I feel like, you know what, this car looks perfect in, you know, the lifestyle in your golf estate. So these tires are quite fine. And then coming along to the side, we do have our square, what do you call this, side mirror. I like the fact that, you know, this rugged theme also continues along to the side mirrors. We also do have your inbuilt turn signal and your 360 camera system over there. And then we also do have our running boards. Running boards, they are plastic, right? But they're quite sturdy. You know, at first I had a problem with them being plastic, but they're quite sturdy, hey? Like, you do feel like, nah, they're not going anyway. And then I also do like, you know, the blacked out handles over here. We also do have our keyless entry, as I'll demonstrate in overplay videos. And then our roof bars over here. These parts, yeah, the roof bars are metal. And then we also do have a sunroof. So side proportions, I absolutely love the stance of the vehicle, you know. I mean, take it in the right angle, né? People might think this is a mini G-Wagon or something. I'm just saying, maybe I'm the delusional one. But a G-Wagon on a budget wouldn't hurt, eh? Chinese got you covered. So, coming along to the rear, the bumpers also do continue along. They're also plastic. We have our fully LED tail lights over there, with, of course, our turn signals. They kind of look like the ones in the Kia Sorento, I think, where it blacks out this part and it's a turn signal. We have our GWM tank emblem right there, and this one says HEV to show that it is a hybrid vehicle at the end of the day. We also do have our full-size spare wheel here at the rear, also with an inbuilt reverse camera. I like that. I just don't know how to remove the spare wheel. Does anybody know? Comment down below. But anyway, let's pop this all open. So to pop this open, we just use a button over there. We don't actually pull the actual thing. You just open it with a touch of a button. I'm not really a fan of this because people actually think that you need to pull, actually, because they know you just need to touch. So nonetheless, and then we also do have, you know, this G-Wagon I like, and Wrangler I like opening your trunk lid. In parallel parking situations, you wouldn't like having such a door, but nonetheless it gets the job done. And yeah, man. Oh, coming along, if you come closer, so okay, the boot floor is a bit high, right? Let me just jump in here, and the boot is quite huge. Could have been bigger. So this vehicle being the hybrid, you don't get an adjustable floor since you have batteries down below and those type of things. We also do have our 220 watts thingy, our 220 volts socket over there with our 12 volt socket, with of course a subwoofer. I'll get into that within my driving impressions. It's a bit of a, but gets the job done. It's an okay sound system. And fire extinguisher. You know, people are very skeptical when they see these things in Chinese vehicles, but guys, it's a safety precaution in China. So yeah, with that being said, let's jump into the interior and let me take you through the interior of this vehicle. So you guys join me inside the interior of the Tank. You know, hey man, I like the name of this vehicle so much. So starting it off first, let's start off with the key. Here's how the key looks. It's that Tank logo. So apparently the T in front stands for Tank, and the U down here is for you as the individual. So you are merged with the Tank. You know, type of thing. We have our panic button over there, lock, trunk, and unlock. And I have to say, I like this key. I just wish it could have came with a key ring type of thing, since I mean it's going to be very easy to use this key, but nonetheless it's okay. With that being said, let's power it up, put on the brake. There we go. Just like that, the Tank is alive, right? Since it's a hybrid, it starts up in hybrid mode, you know, since it's an HEV. So up front you get this huge display thing that we've seen in, I mean, the lookalike version of this vehicle in the G-Wagon. So this display variants are in like 12.3 inches in size. So up front you have a digital display which shows you various like information basically about the vehicle, your off-road modes, the track that you're playing, and things like that, and your fuel consumption. And then you're able to scroll with it. And then on the steering wheel, so on the left-hand side, you use this side to control the audio and voice commands and things like that. And then on the right-hand side, I use the buttons to control the screen on the left, right here in front of me. So yeah, the vehicle just came alive. So it starts up in hybrid mode and then it just kicks up after a certain amount of time. So I have to say, man, it's such a lovely place to be in. So up top we have this, I don't know if this is leather or what is it, but I love this material. I like the stitching and everything else. It feels very, very nice. The steering wheel feels very nice to hold as well. We also do have your aluminium, I don't know, this brushed aluminium feeling thing around it, and the steering wheel looks amazing. I have to say the steering wheel looks amazing. Also we have our flappy patterns over there, of which I'll get into that when I'm driving. And yeah, man, so coming around to the center screen, so the center screen is fully touchscreen. You don't have anything to operate it down here, so it's fully touchscreen. So, and I don't really mind that. You can scroll, and it's quite responsive. The graphics on the screen is really amazing. It's a bit dark and dingy, but the resolution and everything, you can see everything crisp. You can see everything clearly and things like that. So you can navigate through the menus, off-road mode. So when you enter this off-road mode, it shows you each and every single thing related to this off-road mode. Because this vehicle is very, very capable, right? So, and then coming along here, we also do have our Mercedes lookalike elements. I like them. You know, even the click. Like, I know people people always say Chinese always cheapens out on things, but the quality, you know, the quality of materials using here and the build quality is just amazing. So the only thing that I don't like about this infotainment system is that when you driving, right, and let's say the passengers just want to operate it. I feel like these buttons over here, like the volume buttons, should have been on the left hand side, but nonetheless it's fine. So here in the center we have our analog watch. I think they stole that from Mercedes, but anyway, it's fine. And then we also do have that your dev lock and your windshield defrosters right there, and your hazard buttons. And then down below we have shortcut buttons, shortcut aircon buttons, which I like, you know. So with the touch of button, it pops up your aircon menu and things like that, your air conditioning system, and it's dual zone as well. So I like that about the vehicle. Also do have a traditional USB port and a Type-C port down here with a 12-volt socket and a wireless charging pad. I like it so much. You know, connectivity wise, you won't struggle in this vehicle. And then we have two knobs in this variant, in the top spec variant, which is the HEV model. We have this thing to navigate. So we have to navigate your driving mode. So this rotary wheel on the left navigates your driving mode. So we have your eco, we have your normal mode, we have your sport, we have your snow, sand, mud, you know, and eco mode again. You know, you can take this vehicle anywhere, like hassle free. And then we have your four-wheel drive and your 4-low and things like that. One thing I like about this vehicle has to be the gear selector. Like gear selector looks so nice, man. Like it's like you're in some sort of, you know, spaceship or something like that. So you just flick it like that, put it into drive, flick it forward for reverse. You know, tap it and then you just push of a button, you can park again. So parking, and then down here we also do have your camera, your shortcut camera buttons to, you know, show you the vehicle. And I like the resolution of the cameras, man. You know, like, yeah, Chinese when it comes to cameras, they don't cut corners. They definitely don't cut corners. And then we have your off-road cruise control, and then your turn, your trail turn assist. So this button basically just, I'll touch into there when I'm driving, and then your auto hold and your electric handbrake down there. And then we also do have a grab handle, you know, for your passengers with this material, this brush. I feel like it's plastic. Oh, man, like it looks nice. It feels nice to touch as well. And then up top we have a place to store your shades, some illumination, and your sunroof control. Since this vehicle does, of course, come with a sunroof, and I have to commend GWM for that it comes with the sunroof. And then by moving this, you'll be greeted by two cup holders. They're quite deep. Your drinks will struggle in here a bit, but nonetheless, it's fine. And then the center armrest. I mean, and it's covered in leather, you know. So I like that as well. Okay, faux leather, not really leather, faux leather. And then we also do have, you know, our center storage area down here with mini air blower inside here to keep your drinks cold and things like that. So it's a ventilated box basically. So yeah, man. Yeah. Man, this vehicle is kitted with spec. And this is not even like spec wise, it's not even the top of the range when we have to compare spec for spec. But anyways, let me jump into the back seats and let me take you through the back seats of the vehicle. So into the back seats of the tank, and I have to say, man, it's a wonderful place to be in. Leg room is absolutely generous. Headroom is not a problem at all, and I have to say, it feels absolutely lovely to be in the back seats of this vehicle. The quilted leather seats also follow through here at the back, so I like that about the vehicle. And then also we have your ambient lighting that follows through at the back as well. Oh, it's also in front. I forgot to mention that, but you also have your ambient lighting, and it's a killer at night. I have to say, it just looks the business, you know. And of course, we do have your center armrest with your two cup holders down there. And connectivity wise, we have two USB ports down below, and then we also do have your air vents. So Type-C won't work here, will work in the front. But yeah, man, I have to say I love the back seats of this vehicle. We also do have your reading lamps up here, and the LED, of course. I like that. A handle here and a grab handle here, because yeah, getting to this vehicle is a bit of a struggle. But nonetheless, let's jump into the driver's seat and then we'll take you through the driving impressions of the vehicle. Alright, so you guys join me inside the GWM Tank300 for the driving impressions of the vehicle. And right from the get-go, let's start off with the oily bits. So under the hood we have a 2-liter turbocharged engine mated to an electric motor, putting out a combined output figure of 255 kilowatts and about 648 newton meters of torque. And I have to say, that's a lot of numbers. And that's really a lot of numbers, eh? If you're asking me. So basically, and usually in other hybrids, like the hybrids are usually optimized for fuel efficiency. With this one, it's not really the case. Like, I don't think it was optimized for fuel efficiency, but I feel like it was optimized for power, you know? Because, yeah, fuel consumption is not really that great. As it is very low with the Chinese, because Chinese are not really that great. But I've been averaging about 14 liters per 100 Ks, 13 liters per 100 Ks at times. Then on the open road, when I'm actually trying, I return figures about 9.6. But you know, there I'm actually driving. I'm very much aware of my driving at the time. You know, so yeah, man. Like, and you know, you do feel that electric boost that you get from the electric motor. You do feel it here at times. Also, you feel it the most when you're launching the vehicle. You know, when you actually activate the launch control type of thing, you actually feel it a lot. Maybe going on inclines as well, you do. But one thing I've noticed is that when the electric battery is kind of like depleted because it charges itself as it's driving, this is an HEV, right? So, oh shoot. So basically, yeah, well, this car has a lot of bangs and bongs and all those type of things. So basically, when you're launching the vehicle using launch control, if the battery is depleted, you will kind of experience some sort of, it won't launch as aggressively. I wouldn't say it's power loss, it won't launch as aggressively. So that's what I've noticed. But as soon as the battery recharges, it's absolutely fine. And then, you know, so this variant has the 9-speed automatic gearbox compared to the other ones, the non-HEV models that come with an 8-speed. So yeah, and I have to say that, like, you barely notice that the gears are there unless you put your foot down. You know, in EV mode, like, it's seamless. The switch between EV mode and the petrol mode is seamless. I think you can drive about, depending on your throttle input, you can drive on EV mode up to 70 kilometers per hour. Not 70 Ks, but 70 kilometers per hour. So that's how fast you can drive. Then the electric motor will kick in. But also depending on the sloping or the gradient of the surface that you're traveling in. So yeah. But nonetheless, it's a very comfortable vehicle. The seats as well feel lovely. I've done a long distance trip in the vehicle, and I have to say it handled quite well. Overtaking was a breeze. Truly a breeze. No turbo lag whatsoever. Put your foot down, it goes. Literally, I had power whenever I wanted it, whenever I needed it. The only thing I could complain about when traveling at highway speeds is the wind noise, man. The wind noise around the wing mirrors and the A-pillars is a bit intrusive, but it's not that bad. But when you're in EV mode, you know, basically it's so quiet. Like, the car is so well insulated from the outside, so it's very quiet, and I like that. I really like that. Sometimes here and there, when you're now traveling on fully in combustion mode, you kind of get this thing where you put your foot down, the car moves, but it kind of like screams. You know, you can tell that, okay, it's a 2-liter engine, pulling about 2.1 tons or so. So it's pulling quite a huge mass, man. You know, quite a huge weight around. So you do kind of feel a bit underpowered here and there, but nonetheless, it's fine. It also does have your, adaptive cruise control. Well, it doesn't have lane keeping assist, but I think you get that in the lower spec variant. So how they spec this vehicle is quite, the top spec isn't the top spec when it comes to spec wise. If you want the top spec, go for the one below it. It says this is the HEV, so go for the non-HEV ones. So yeah, you just get an adaptive cruise control system. It works perfectly fine. I'm happy with it. It's, yeah, man, it just has a bit of a delay here and there when you're using it. I'll put an overlay videos of it right now, but it works perfectly fine. I don't have a problem. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Obviously, the Chinese still do have a long way to go when it comes to, you know, safety systems, configuring their safety system. They do have them, but configuring them for our roads in South Africa, they have a long way to go. But nonetheless, I absolutely love the vehicle. Even the off-road modes, this car is very capable off-road. So it also has this trail turn assist where it tightens up the turning radius when you're in off-road mode, like just basically to help you maneuver and move around a tight circle much tighter. So I like that. We also have an off-road cruise control mode, which is one of the buttons that I illustrated when I was walking you guys through the interior of the vehicle. So I like that about the vehicle. It's really a nice touch. I'm absolutely mind blown with that. So yeah, man, I really like. And I took this vehicle to to vendor, right? And I actually got an opportunity to use the hill descent control, because yeah, the slopes that side are yeah, but you know, activated hill descent control and it just did wonders. It worked wonders, like literally. It was so quiet because yeah, it was an EV mode here and there. Then it actually kicked in, but yo man, it worked wonders. It worked wonders. But nonetheless, man, I feel like this is such a great offering from GWM, considering its competitors, man. Like, considering that a top spec vehicle, this top spec vehicle competes with a mid spec Toyota Fortuner, and you don't get things such as your sunroofs, your ambient lighting. I mean, the ambient lighting in this vehicle is absolutely insane. We also do get your pedal shifters. I don't see why you'd be using pedal shifters in a vehicle like this. It's a bit of a, yeah, I mean, I don't like the way it shifts gears when I'm shifting into manual mode. Sometimes it gets stuck where you shift and go like, then picks up a gear. So I'm not really much of a fan of that. So nonetheless, I actually love it. If you have the money for the fuel that it uses, like if you have money for fuel, then I have no reason not to recommend this vehicle. I absolutely have no reason not to recommend this vehicle. You can get off-road tires for those off-road fans, off-road tires for this vehicle to go off-roading, but you know, the Michelins on this car is absolutely fine. They're comfortable. It's like the road, there's no road noise. It's absolutely really nice. But with that being said, I'm CJ from CJ Wheels, and I'll catch you guys in the next review.